So in this module we are studying circles. In this specific lesson we are just going over what a circle is. So figure 1, which you can also see in your worked example, is a circle. We're calling the circle C. Now a circle is a closed two-dimensional figure, and every point on the circle is equidistant from a designated point at the center. So we have a few labels here, and I'll go over them of the circle. This center point, which I said is designated on every circle, is point O. That's our center point. This red line right here that goes from the center to the outside of the circle is what I referred to earlier as like the equidistant between any point on the outside to the center. That is your radius. R stands for radius, so that equidistant part is your radius. That is half of the circle. Now this bluish green line is labeled D for diameter. Diameter is just a line that cuts across the circle. It goes from one side to the other. It is twice the radius. So notice how radius is just half of the circle, just from the center point to the outside. Diameter is from one point on the outside of the circle directly across to the other side. So that being said, now that we know about diameter and radius, we're going to use that to solve a few problems. So looking at problem 1, we have that the radius is 5 centimeters and we're looking for diameter. So we know that diameter is twice the radius, right? So I'm just going to create that into a little equation. So diameter equals 2r, because diameter is twice the radius. And now we're just going to plug in some numbers. So d equals 2 times 5. So d equals 10. Our diameter of this specific circle is 10 centimeters. Now instead of finding the diameter, we're going to find the radius. So our new circle, we have a diameter of 9 inches. So we can do one of two things. You can use what we used over here, d equals 2r, or since we know diameter is twice the radius, that means that the radius is half of the diameter. So I'm going to write it like this. Radius is half of d. So now I'm going to plug in here r equals 1/2 times 9. So r equals 4.5 inches. And so our radius is 4.5 inches when our diameter is 9 inches.